And here we go. We're gonna post the rules as usual. See what happens. I'm a little sleepy. I had a lot of busy dreams. Busy dreams are the worst. So much light in here, and I am so dark. I didn't even know I had to sit here. So welcome. I'm just gonna put that up here and put it white right away so we can actually see what kind of crypt creature I am. So yeah, what we usually do, welcome to the live stream. What we usually do on my live stream is we start, I talk about what anything artistic I did during the week, if I have. If not, we talk about something else, and then we get to the meat of the stream, which is drawing the Bootleg cookie comic. So, first of all, hi Joel. And he's saying, crikey mate, that there be a wombat in me left boot, eh mate? Glad to be here today from the old down under, mate. Joel? I'm not gonna say where you are, if only for your own privacy. Just say you're not from down under, mate. You ain't fooling anybody. So, and okay, now I can begin for realsies. What did I do artistically this week? Not much, but I did have a little, like, hi Coco, I did have a little burst of creativity yesterday, like really late. Like I finished a piece, like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, something around that. So those of you that follow me fairly regularly, this happens to be my very favorite color made by Liquitex. This is called Muted Turquoise. I first used it like a lot when I did that one Inktober challenge, and I decided, you know what, everything is going to be Zelda themed. I used all my muted colors for that one. I think there was one where I used more markers because I didn't have the colors I wanted. one or two, but this is my most favorite color. It's hard to tell on camera, but I got like 1/3 of the bottle used up, and all my other colors are less used up than that. Now, of course, I'm mentioning it. Hey, c'est dur l'anglais, okay? Because I used it. Let me just reach over. I haven't freed her from the paint pad yet. But here you go. Sailor Mercury. I will be talking about the shiny parts real soon, but what I decided to do on this piece is, instead of putting a lot of water in the middle and then tap it out like I did with Sylvando, I finished sewing that quilt aside from the binding. Trim? I decided to use my dropper, which is still here. I have a couple of these. They're glass with a rubber squeezy part that I'm not going to squeeze because there's water in it, and I don't want water on my computer and or keyboard. From a distance, so I could get the droplet effect. The idea was to drop the water and then tap it, but then I was like, you know what? No. Sailor Mercury is known for her gentle temperament, so I was going to leave the gentle temperament drops. I live below Cinderella's castle in Disney World. Okay, finally Joel is telling the truth for once. Took you long enough. And like I wanted to draw Sailor Mercury. I don't draw the Senshi often, and when I do, it's like either Sailor Moon or Sailor Chibi Moon. Why? Hair. That's it. I put weeks for work into it, all hands sewing. Oh my god, your poor hands. Worth it, but your poor hands. I wouldn't know. I don't quilt, but I do sometimes make stuffed toys. It's been a while since I made one. I have ideas, but I haven't had the colors. But like, here you go. Now, of course, all of the matte blue parts, that's all the same ink. I think you guys can understand why I like lovely art. Thank you, Coco. Why I like muted turquoise so much. It is such a beautiful blue. It is both vibrant and like a calm blue. Like at the same time, it gives you energy and it gives you not. It's such a lovely tint. I love you, color. Now, of course, this is all ink. Like, none of this is watercolor. And now for the shiny part. I'm not gonna bother taking out the other paint that I used for this, but I wanted to give the Parmesan metallic watercolors a chance. Now, the reason I call them the Parmesan watercolors is because they literally smell like Parmesan. They're a no-name brand that my mom got off of Wish once. She means well. So I tried to grab the one blue that was shiny, but at the same time not necessarily made with silver mica, because like it's all paints, but they were all mixed with silver mica instead of colored mica, and it's very frustrating. But on the other hand, if you guys can look, it does not show up well on camera, but like the border of the dark border of each bubbles and the border of Mercury's mask, as well as the bottom part of her forehead gem, that blue, just give it a chance. I did! That blue Wish brand paint, like it's working. It's shining from here. But it's like the most tolerable one, and it flows well into my painting pens. Not to be confused with paint pen. A paint pen is a pen full of paint. A painting pen is this little thingy over here. And you guys would be surprised how well this thing works. With the right viscosity of paint. You would... like, because the end is very flat, like it's an abrupt end. It's a little painful, actually. And with the right viscosity of paint, the paint will stay in the well and flow evenly when it flows out. But at the same time, it was really, really hard to get some sort of color from the paint because it's mostly silver mica. There's a little bit of colored pigment. I was getting frustrated, so I pulled out. And that will be for the white because, of course, there was a white color in the Parmesan paint, but there was like no pigment in it, no saturation. It went down like a glaze instead of an actual color, so there was not even any shine. That's how unpigmented it was. But how did I get that beautiful white shine on there? Sent you a photo of it. I'll check it out soon, Coco. I'm looking forward to it. So, it doesn't look that bad on camera. Sounds Manning. Yes, it was. It doesn't look that bad on camera, but the plastic covering of this palette is like smoker's yellow. It's so old in real life. This is the US ArtQuest Jewels with a Z. 10 pearlescent metallic colors. Pigmented mica watercolor paint, ready to use, center mixing well, archival, acid free, blah blah blah. I paid $29.95 for this. This is roughly 20 years old. I know because I remember the shop where I got it locally, and it doesn't exist anymore. There's been like 5 other shops in that same location since then. I think right now it's a restaurant. But I will say these are freaking worth it. They are thick with pigment. They are thick with the mica, the correctly colored mica. I remember using these to paint the details on the remastered creature plush that I made years ago of Gilgamesh. That's what I used to paint the details on his armor when I didn't use outright glitter glue. And I do believe it was either this color or this color. But anyway. Like, it's so thick when I use the white. Like, you've seen how opaque it applied down with the pen, with the brush. Joel is struggling. What are the odds? And the reason I'm talking so much about these right now, because for fun, I went to look, because I remember trying to look up the brand a couple of years ago, see if I could get some more. And the brand had shut down because of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. You know what I mean. But today I went to look again for fun. And they reopened the shop. Right now you can't really buy anything because according to the pop-up they got trouble with their credit card readers. But the brick and mortar shops, they used to have brick and mortar shops, they don't have them anymore, shut all of them down. They're all gone, but they came back as an online only retailer. They don't have these back in stock yet, like they barely restarted. They got like 10 items in stock. But they do have, I think it was called Glitter Glitz. Like gold leaf. They got gold, I think I saw copper, they got silver, and they got a color they call autumn. And it's like all, like some gold, some copper, some outright purple. The autumn mix of gold leaf, and they got all those little leaves together in the same bag. So, not gonna lie, I'm kind of interested. I would need a basic kit first so I have at least the right glue. Because, of course, when you try to Google the exact details of how to do gold leaf, God frickin' forbid they give you the details. When I Google for somebody else, it works like magic. When I Google for me, it always fails. It's like I'm trying to type for myself and Google understands that I suddenly got pricked on the tongue by a bee and all they hear is like... Anyway, Google for me, bad. Google Fu when I Google for somebody else, perfect. Flawless. Number one. But yeah, I want, I like a lot of, when I do traditional art, I like a lot of gimmicks. So this was one. This was a nice try. And like, I do hope, I plan after the live stream to send them an email and tell them about their watercolor and ask them, I hope that they're going to get that back in stock soon. And same thing for the Glitter Glitz brand Gold Leaf, because I did a bit of research still, and that specific brand was specific to US Art Quest. So it's like there's some on eBay and there's some on ArtQuest, and that's it. The security risk, Shiro. The government doesn't want you to do anything risky. Y'all laughing. I'm an artist. I draw a lot of different things. Some of them can be horror. And when I have to look something like that up, I have at least 10, I counted them. My top 10 results when I Google stuff like that is a crisis hotline number. And I'm like, I promise you it's not for me. Like, it's for me, but not for me, you know? Like, I wish there was a way to do research. And, like, you would type down what you need, and then a symbol, and like, the symbol would represent your job. And then put in your job, like illustrator, writer, artist. And, like, it would be a trick to take out the crisis hotline numbers. And, I'm fine, really, I am. I just need to know how to draw it. It's for this project. It's very bloody. Gotta have some more water. This week I recently made a milk tea with some frozen raspberry mix from David's Tea. And then next time I'm going to actually put some ice in it. We don't have any tapioca pearls anywhere in town. But let me tell you, it was delicious. He types, I'm sad. Joe, you're gonna get me in trouble again. I'm gonna put that up here. Google seek help quick. You're forbidden to be sad. Also, before I forget, I finally managed to get the rocker buttons off of my stylus so I could install the new rubber thingy. But as you can see, the rubber thingy is not quite the right size, so that piece bothers me a little bit, and I had to cut down the edge up here a little bit to make it fit properly. But finally, my stylus is no longer perfectly black, and it's bothering me less that way. So yeah, let's get started on the reason we are here today. Art. I got my script right here, that's nice. Plus, I'm in a super good mood because I got some good news. Oh shoot, really? Wow. That's because Divine Art sent me an email to tell me that I got funds to withdraw, and I look at the funds and it's like $6. I'm like, hey. Thanks. Every little bit counts. There we go. So yeah, I got good news through my email, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm not even going to tell you when I'll be allowed to talk about it, because that'll be too big of a clue. Why do I bother rendering the inside of the ear with Classic Mom? Most of the time, Mom's hair covers her ears. But when will you talk about it? Can I borrow your rock tumbler? I promise I'll return it. I need to find where I put it. I know Joel is joking. However, I really do have a rock tumbler. It's somewhere in my closet back here. And see, the difference between a troll and a friend is that Joel is actually entertaining with his trolling. Yeah, remember that comic that I wrote about Joel joking about having a mail-order bride? A mail-order bride from My Little Pony, and I'm like, yeah, they did have one, yeah! Joel opens his mouth and finds out he was telling the truth. Meanwhile, Joel, I was joking! I gotta move this. My little paint stirrers. They are in my way. Oh, we have 4 viewers. Hello, 4 viewers. I am very gassy. I just like swallowed a slice of pizza, like eating like a duck, like gak, gak, gak. So, I know that in the art world, they make this hand cream called Barrier Guard. It's basically, it does what it says on the tin. It's a hand cream that you put on your hands before you work, and it builds up a protective layer so you don't slowly poison yourself over time with art supplies. I wonder if they make a lip balm. They should. Because I was cleaning my painting pens last night, and I was like, to clean the like the exit of these things is so thin they don't even have a cleaning brush for it. They have a cleaning like needle, and it's not even a needle. It's made out of the same thickness of material as that tool that you use to help put the thread to thread a needle. Coco knows what I'm talking about. And I'm just like, that's not enough. Stick the friggin' thing in my mouth again and blow. And this is why artists don't need drugs. Because we literally consume art supplies. Like when they say Van Gogh was so poor he relied to eating his own paint at times because he couldn't afford food. And nowadays I'm just like, maybe it was not being poor. Like, literally, I had a little bit of watered down ink on my hands, and I had to remind myself, I am wearing my apron. I can do this. Don't do this. Phrasing. At this point, I don't care. Were you there with the guy that tried to get me to do the, if you pretend to shake salt on your tongue, you're really going to taste salt? And then I changed the subject to use salt on your watercolors for an interesting effect. Because as my dad usually says, "Je suis fou, mais je suis pas stupide." Yes, he can speak French. He is perfectly capable of speaking French. He chooses not to. Voyons. Bon, ben de la misère avec mes étoiles aujourd'hui. No, I wasn't there. Who has time for friendship? Somebody's taking advantage of the fact that I don't have stream avatars working anymore. Gotta draw a big booty. I was in diapers back then. Now, this specific quote, that's for me. Ah, baby. Yeah, techno. You're easy to please, aren't you? I watched a tutorial earlier today on YouTube. I gotta play with the selective blurs and chromatic aberrations more. It's just so fun. Of course, the thing that I would really need to work on is, you know, actually make a hand that looks like a decent hand. One thing at a time. One of the rare times that you guys can see my mammy being flustered. So take it in. Nope. Something happened. Thank you, Annan. Oh my god, it's so close to being... Thank you so much, Annan. Does it really take a lot to get her flustered? No. It takes the right thing to get my mammy flustered. Like, she had no problem explaining the menstrual cycle to me when I had the absolute meltdown when I found out about it on Le Club des Sans Wet, of all places. That's how I found out about, hey, people with vaginas, they will bleed forever. Now, anybody else outside of Quebec is wondering, who the hell? Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I was wondering when you show up, Paul, because... I was like, Paul is the only one that actually donates. But thank you very much. Now, as I was saying, anybody else outside of Quebec and past a certain age have absolutely no idea what the hell I just said with the Club des Sans Wet. People my age, they're probably laughing their ass off right now. All I'm going to say is that it used to be on the Télé-Québec channel back when it was still called Radio-Québec. And it was a show for preteens. And it was somewhat educational, but it was mostly like the TV equivalent or shit posting. But like... general audiences shit posting. So it was pretty okay. But there was an episode where it had an ongoing sketch of a girl and her best friend, and that girl barged into the nurse's office screaming that her best friend was pissing blood. And I was like, what? And then the nurse actually explained what the menstrual cycle was. And I was like, that's gonna happen to me? Oh my god. Like, that was before I started, so I was probably either 6 or 7. Scaring me already. So of course, I had a mental breakdown. And I started crying and panicking. Then there's my grandma, which, like, was usually a pretty gruff woman. Let's be honest. Like, sitting down next to me and calmly and gently explaining it to me, like someone who was like conscious in the 50s would explain menstrual stuff to. Because I remember clearly her telling me that the menstrual blood, like, every month you have an egg inside you, and menstrual blood is the trash of the egg. Le déchet de l'œuf. Of course, that's not at all how it works, but... Like, she was trying to explain it to me, age appropriate, and I was like 7. God bless that woman. I'm 41 and I'm still not a fan of having my period. I don't think anybody is. Pentagram eyes. No, yeah, symbol of things to come. No, I'm a baby. I'm round all over. I've seen pictures. I was a chubby baby. Now I'm just chubby. I'm drawing like the world's cheapest disposable diaper here, but here's the thing, I was not on disposable diapers. I was on cloth diapers. Why? Because I have ADHD, and when you're ADHD and you don't even have fine motor skills yet, you get bored easily, and then you rip off the cotton from your disposable diaper and shove it up your nose. So after one trip to the hospital, I was on cloth diapers. Now, to me, forbidding me from going into cupboards makes sense. I'm a baby, I'm curious, I will go into cupboards, I'll either hurt or poison myself. But this was also the 80s. So of course, Mummy was like, Baby Cheryl will be fine. Baby Cheryl's an adorable diaper ripping hellion. I will find a way to draw, like, D-Day without grossing you guys out. Because, let's just say that stuffing cotton up my nose was not the only thing I did with diapers. I was a very tactile baby. At least, like, with all the stories that I tell you guys about sticking art supplies in my mouth or covering my hands with it, I'm very tactile. I think you guys can see me coming there for what I'm trying to say. I think most toddlers end up using their diaper contents as art supplies at some point. Yeah, it's true. After all, there is nothing more terrifying than a quiet toddler. Oops, all diapers. Aren't you glad that even if I experiment a lot with traditional art, I don't experiment that much? Children should be seen, not heard. Yeah, well, good luck with that, buddy. If you want a child that can be seen but not heard, get a doll, take out the batteries. Oh, I was talking about good news earlier. I finished the first of 2 stories for the Barbarian Charybdis book. I'm very happy with the results. I think you guys will be happy too once we get there. It's just a thing babies and toddlers do. They don't know what's wrong, like when they scribble over everything with marker and put sandwiches in VCR. Our generation and baloney in the disk drive. They're experimenting with the world. It's the first time they're in it. Like, we're not born knowing what the adults know. Hang on, I gotta reply to this. It's going to be entertaining. Because somebody asked, well, ain't that a fact? Somebody asked on Divine Art, the result is impressive, though not sure about the metallic color. First of all, I do what I want. Want to do all the other members of the squad? And I replied, is there a demand with a gift that says, show me the money? You got suggestions? I got a PayPal. I know there's something else I want to try with Jupiter. Because like if I'm going to try the drop slash splatter thing again, I want to see if I can do it with 2 colors, and then see what happens. So with Jupiter, I would try with some pink and some green. Am I going to put Mercury in the shop? I am. She's real pretty, and I'm sure a Mercury fan would really enjoy having her in their home. I need to put. Yes, I need to put. I need to put these people's color scheme in the bootleg cookie color palette. I don't need it right now, but soon. Who wouldn't want the element Mercury in their home? Toxic yet delicious. Goes well with fish. Well, this line isn't doing it for me. There we go. We start over. Don't be afraid to start over. I don't want to catch anybody tell me that the person that I just quoted earlier just wanted to give me constructive criticism. This is art where I am playing. You will not tell me how to play. If you wouldn't put the metallic paint on it, then don't. I'm not telling you how to live your life either. It's pretty much on the same level as that guy that said, "Great video, but next time take out the music." What bill you pay in my house? Constructive criticism only when asked for it. Exactly. And I am not going to ask for constructive or any criticism on art where I'm playing. Now, if that person that said something about the anatomy, then I don't say. I do not have the best anatomy. I'm working on it, but I don't have it. Because it's clear that when I draw more often than, like, once a week, I don't draw in this style. This is my relax, it's the weekend style. This is my we gotta fucking chill style. And for those wondering, wow, that is one crooked cupboard. It's not necessarily my poor depth perception that does this in this case. Because you guys don't know how much of that house my grandpa built. And he did not have the monetary resources my dad had when he built around the shack that was this house. And like Naoko Tekker, she herself used pearls sometimes directly on her art. And like, if she can use actual pearls, why can I not use some shiny shit? Next thing you know, I shouldn't have used glow-in-the-dark pigment on that Derp Knight remake. If you're allergic to fun, grab a Benadryl and fuck off. That's what I'm saying. The house that Shiro's grandpa make. We now have 5 viewers. Hello, 5 viewers. Thank you for coming. For the curious, the reason that I zoom in so close when doing some stuff is so I can use my elbow and shoulder to do the curves. It gives you a more stable curve than using your wrist. And it's okay to overlap because this is a vector layer and I can use the vector eraser to erase just the lines that I don't want. We don't just shitpost here, we're educative. We teach you shit. Your dad building the house around a shack reminds me a bit of my grandma and grandpa's and my Aunt Lisa's old houses. They cobbled them together out of multiple trailers. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened here too. Like this shack, like it's an actual house now thanks to Dad, but this shack used to be the trailer of the head contractor that built the high school in the 70s. It belonged to one of Dad's sisters, so he bought it for cheap at the time, without telling Mom. Mom found out when he brought her to the house, and then he started telling her where her furniture will be, and she was like, "Do I come with my furniture?" You guys know, I made a bootleg cookie out of that. It's adorable. And then when installing the basement where I live in nowadays, and that's when we found out that both horizontal sides of the house were not built together. They were not even connected. The house threatened to split in half down lengthwise and destroy everything we own when they lifted it for the basement. Thankfully, they found out, like, extremely last minute, the baby does indeed come with the furniture set. Yeah, it did. Because Mom was like, okay, but do I come with all my furniture? And Dad was like, well, duh. I didn't buy a house just for myself. Like, almost offended. Like, of course you're coming with me. Shelter is shelter when you're a broke hillbilly. If the roof doesn't leak and it's got indoor plumbing, it's as much as it can be hoped for. Yeah, but now both ends of the house are tacked together. Roughly. It's safe. Now, the reason Mom is giving Mammy the evil eye is probably because the rule that I was not allowed in the cupboards was probably dictated by Mammy. I mean, she is married to the man that, upon finding out that I was AFAB, did not want to go and visit me. Whoops. No. Did not want to go and visit me at the hospital because he already had 3 AFABs, and he did not want to see another one as his grandchild. But, like, immediately after, like, I made it a matter of minutes in this comic strip, but what actually happened was that it was the day after. And electricity, very important, was the day after. Like, he put on his coat and pretty much yelled at, Fille, go chien ou chat, m'aller voir mon petit enfant. There you go. Your family is basically the French version of mine. I know what it's like with the starter shacks and rural relatives without utilities. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I wish you guys could have seen my grandma's on my dad's side house. And when I say dad, I mean the guy you guys know with the mustache. Because we know I have a biological whatever, and I have a dad. So whenever I say dad, that's who I mean, the guy with the mustache. So his mom's house, really cute. Really small. Used to house 16 people. I was pretty good at geometry as a kid, and I still can't do the math of how they all fit in there. Was brought home from the hospital to a trailer, and I'm not ashamed. Me neither. Like, sure, I was brought to a house that originally, when my grandparents bought it, was like a 200-year-old house. But it was, like, oddly thin. And my grandpa built a back to it, and then more rooms on top. So it was a house. Technically. I remember, like, it was easy to tell what was the old part of the house and what was the new part. I was born trailer trash, big effing deal. Well, you know the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. will die on that hill. You are a treasure. For those wondering, with the way I draw my grandparents, why do I draw mom and myself really pale? Because we are. Let's go back to my grandpa real quick. That was his actual skin tone right here. You know when they say that Native Americans have red skin? That's like giant farmer tan going on. And, like, a similar thing happened to my grandma. So yeah, my grandpa was like really brown until you saw that V in his blue shirt. That V right here. There, it's better shown here. Because he would work outside a lot. The house had like this immense front yard. Like, we would slide down it during the winter, and during the summer we would like let ourselves go on our little tricycles down the driveway and then walk back up because we could not pedal. It was steep, it was dangerous, and it was hours. Cheryl's happy little baby world. Yeah, you can tell I still had light in my eyes because I hadn't gone to school yet. I love learning, but boy do I hate school. What a miserable experience that was. But Shiro, you had some friends. Yeah, and the reason I don't talk about the friends is because they're not part of the miserable experience. They were few and far between. I had a great time with my friends, like during lunchtime. Well, most of the time. But like once we had like the computer room all to ourselves during lunchtime, that was great. When we were in the cafeteria, we were bullied. What are the odds? Skin color in mixed people can be unpredictable. In the same family, you can get totally different skin colors, even among full siblings. I'm sure you've seen it in your family. My Aunt Moon, my Aunt Lisa, and my mom all have a completely different skin tone. And they're direct siblings. So yeah, my mammy was the one with the actual darker skin. My pappy had this great farmer tan gene going on. And me, I'm pale as a ghost, and I have a mild sun allergy, so when I step out, I burst into flames. Fantastic. Thank you, genetics. Now, outright green eyes for Mammy, because that's what she had. Now, if I were really crazy, I would go and get some really ugly linoleum color. But, like, the pattern was so intricate, it's just going to make the image way too busy. So I'm just going to use a paler color. Because if I use the real colors, you guys are going to hate me forever. Was it a brown parquet pattern? Practically every 70s and 80s dwelling had that with shag carpet in brown or green, orange, or wood paneling, in your case, wood paneling wallpaper. Yeah, in this house, it was wood paneling wallpaper. In Mammy's house, yes. Like, it was heavily patterned brown, and the linoleum was heavily patterned brown, orange, and cream. There was no shag carpet, but there was carpet. And honestly, the carpet in the living room was green and dark and thin, like a green version of that carpet they put on pool tables. It was horrible. I accidentally scratched it like this once, never again. Oh, God. Why? Please. Oh, now I remembered that enamel. No. I'm going to go get my my cup of Play-Doh after this. Dig my nails in it. I'm gonna feel better. Do I really need to clean my shag carpet? Leave your shag carpet out of this, Joel. This is a family-friendly stream. Oops. I should put it on soft. Okay. I'm sure Lynn, you in that one cupboard was keeping you from worse mischief. Look at me. I am perfectly innocent in all this. I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like the perfect baby because I was usually narcoleptic and always asleep. But when I was awake, though... perfectly behaved, perfect baby. You know what? At least just for me, I'm going to add some... Thanks for an awesome show, Sharon. Your comic looks so good. Thank you, Paul. No, now I feel better now that these things are shining. That's all I wanted. One last look. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we're gonna save, and of course we are going to switch to the end screen. And as usual, extra special caramel drizzle gold leaf. Thanks to our supporters, Amber B. Polke, Miss Enovis, Syra the Red. Syra the Red, I think it's pronounced. Why do I always stumble on that one? And Carl Bloke. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Now, I do believe that next week, yeah, it's going to be a close one again, but next week is going to be another full weekend with the Colors of the Month challenge on Saturday, March 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. So, of course, keep an eye on the So Very Unofficial Instagram stories so you can put in your suggestions that I will then put into the Wheel of Morality. And then the Wheel of Morality will choose 4 of the prompts, and that's what I will draw on Saturday. So on Friday, March 1st, all day, check my Instagram stories. I think it's Sir E.O. the Red. Maybe. Sir E.O. the Red. If there was spaces in it, you know? And of course, the usual Sunday live stream at 1 p.m. Eastern Time again. It's always 1 p.m. Surprisingly enough, that is my only real free time to stream, because otherwise I'm either asked to help with something around the house. I mean, it's my house, so I should. And or working on something else, or it's supper time. You know how it is. So I hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next weekend, both Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I love you all, and bye-bye.